How do we create deeper connections and attain value through cross-cultural and socioeconomic boundaries? How do we empower people of color to achieve economic self-reliance and equality? How can we make a positive impact on underutilized communities? These are questions that this inductee has pursued over the recent years, epitomizing independence in thought, strong leadership, and effective collaboration. During her time at GA, she participated in field hockey, lacrosse, and our community service organization. As a result, it was no surprise that she left her successful career in the banking industry to continue her service work by starting a Delaware affiliate of the National Urban League, an organization that empowers people of color to achieve economic self-reliance, equality, and civil rights. Her ability to question and challenge the traditional norms of approaching our society's problems led her to become a senior vice president of Participant Media's TAG division, a social agency collaborating with brands, foundations, and the public sector to bolster vulnerable communities. Her work in implementing over 122 nationwide digital literacy programs in partnership with cable and telecommunications corporations like Comcast, Cisco, and AT&T resulted in her appointment to the Federal Communications Committee on Diversity in Media. She empowered thousands of young people to receive an A+ certifications to start careers in technology and engineering. Described by one nominee as a go-getter and a game changer making waves and having an enormous impact in communities across the nation, she exemplified exploring new paths when she decided to create her unorthodox global skill-sharing app, YING. One aspect of the app is geared towards helping underutilized communities access services through skill sharing, increasing resiliency, cost savings, and building deeper connections. Ultimately, her successful leadership as the Chief Executive Officer led to her partnership with the Office of Housing and Urban Development and City of Detroit, as well as a sponsorship by the CEO of WordPress. In addition, it would be sophomoric to discount this nominee's acts of service, as she works with the other service-based organizations to support and bring awareness of the mental health trauma of our first responders and veterans. She was also recently appointed to serve as a National Advisory Board member to Blue Star Families, an organization serving current military and veteran families. Finally, she plans to launch a pilot program in 2020 leveraging YING to help military families gain access to civilian programs and community residence. Ultimately, for seeking new ideas and creating unorthodox methods to helping communities and collaborating with individuals and organizations to support veterans, please join me in congratulating Germantown Academy's first Alumni Mission Award recipient, Ms. Karla Ballard Williams.
Thank you so much, Harry, and thank you to my GA fam. It's so awesome to be back, and really quite an honor, quite an honor. This particular year for my family and I have been quite a reflection of the importance of service for ourselves, to our family, and to our community. So to be recognized this particular way during this period is quite a moment for us. And GA for me exists because my mother gave my brother Michael and I the chance to have a stellar educational foundation. So first and foremost, thanks, Mom, for sacrificing more than I could have imagined for us to have been tremendously blessed by the teachers, administrators, and coaches of Germantown Academy. Thank you. From my time with Mrs. Chabot's class to playing lacrosse in the fields with Coach Hoffman, I see you, Jenny, I was given an opportunity to learn first and foremost what it meant to value your role in a classroom, on the field, and in our GA community overall. We learned how service comprises caring for those right in front of you, learning how to treat each other, and learning how to respect each other's gifts and talents so that you can move and figure out ways to work together to reach your common goals. These small principles that we take for granted today, now more than ever, became building blocks to how I was to walk through life. Our GA family created such a deep commitment to building and fostering community. It was so natural for us to transition that and recognizing how important those same principles can and should be used to care for our families and our most vulnerable populations. And as a woman of color at GA, who helped to reignite our BSU or Black Student Union, I had both good and super challenging watershed moments, which also prepared me to face the types of challenges I would come across for people in our communities across America, across corporate America, and in standing right alongside people in underutilized communities. I also must say I have to give a lot of gratitude to Mr. McVeigh and Mrs. McVeigh and all those that helped, and although he may not be with us, I can assure you he's in our midst today. And I'm so grateful because much of those conversations I had with him and Mrs. McVeigh, they helped me to take that energy that was sometimes frustrating into such an incredible sense of productivity for the common good. So congratulations to my fellow awardees and to the entire GA family. I love you to the moon and back, and I'm beyond humbled for us to be one of the recipients, the first recipient with my fellow awardees for this inaugural award, and will continue to feed my spirit and the impact I and others are called to manifest. Thank you.